Happy Tuesday. My name is Michael Leeserman with the Trial Guide's Tip of the Day. The date is February 24th, 2026. Our tip today comes from Rules of the Road, a Plaintiff Lawyer's Guide to Proving Liability by Rick Friedman and Patrick Malone. For the jury, we need to define reasonably prudent doctor and reasonable basis and prudent insurance company and all the other reasonables and prudents too. We cannot let jurors make up their own definitions, and we certainly cannot allow the defense to define these terms. Absolutely. Look at your jury instructions. And by the way, in different jurisdictions, it'll say reasonably careful person or reasonably prudent person. Some will allow a choice. They'll say careful/prudent, and you choose one. I think that there are times when prudent is more helpful than careful and vice versa. It's something you could test in focus groups, but at least it's something to think about. And then, all right, so what does that mean? The reasonably careful truck driver, let's say. Well, don't leave it to chance. Ask the experts that, ask witnesses that, ask the defendant that. Would a reasonably careful driver be on their cell phone while driving? Well, it depends if they're on Bluetooth. Okay. If they're on Bluetooth, that's permitted, yeah. Would a reasonably careful driver be talking on their phone, not on Bluetooth, or texting and driving, not on Bluetooth, or whatever it might be? To really try to narrow it down so you get away from the "it depends" answers. And when possible, I want to have the defense define, the defense expert, the defense witness, the defendant themselves, to define what is reasonable and what isn't. So there's no room for ambiguity, no room for the jury to misunderstand. I want, by closing, to be able to say a reasonably careful truck driver does not text and drive. Here, the safety director for the truck company told you that. Here, that was violated. And not as difficult to get as you think. My best witnesses in many cases are the defendant and the defense experts. Let's take a deep breath together and be grateful to be alive. Now, as much as ever, it's important that we turn to the law in our society as a unifying and guiding force. May our actions as lawyers today exemplify the profession and its highest ideals of honor and truth. May we be fierce advocates and compassionate human beings. May we have the courage to do what's right, even when it's difficult. 3 sounds of the bell now will ground you in this moment and can take you into a silent meditation practice, a prayer practice, or just let the sound wash over you and remind you of your strength and your purpose to accomplish justice and to do good in the world.